Okay, good morning, afternoon or evening to Year 9 or anyone else who's deciding to have a go at this video lesson. Okay, so this is going to be going through expanding double brackets, and there will be times where you can pause it so you can have a bit of a go yourself. But we'll start with me just going through how to expand these double brackets. Now I'm going to add in here in a GCSE question type thing, you're going to have it will say expand and simplify normally. If it doesn't have simplify, still do it. But expand and simplify x plus 5 times x plus 3. So we're going to do this, both of these things times both of these things. So the things in the same bracket, you don't times them together. So you're going to do the x times the x in here, and the x times the 3. Sorry about the mess there. X times x gives us x squared. Okay, just note that down in case anyone's forgotten that bit. X times x is x squared, because 3 times 3 is 3 squared, 4 times 4 is 4 squared. Obviously with 4 squared, you know what 4 times 4 makes, 16. But with x squared, you can't go any simpler than that because you don't know what x is, so you don't know what x squared is. Sorry, back to this part. X times x, x squared. X times the other thing, 3. I like to put a little line underneath those sometimes, just to remind me that that is a positive 3. That plus belongs to that 3. So x times positive 3 is a positive 3x. Then we're going to do, so we've done the x times both the other things. Now we're going to do the plus 5 times the other two things, that and that. So 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 3 is 15. Okay. I'm then going to put this and this together because you can simplify them because they're both x. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, that's an x. That we don't treat as an x, we treat that as an x squared. So we've got x squared on its own. We've got 3x plus 5x, which is 8x when you put them together, and we've got 15. Okay, right, question 2 looks a bit odd. Just to warn you really that this sort of question can happen where it looks a bit different, but you just treat exactly the same thing. You might have x's in different orders, that's absolutely fine. You're just going to still do whatever this is times both things in the other bracket. So 4 times 7 is 28, 4 times x is 4x. Positive x times 7 is 7x. And positive x times x is x squared. Again, you've got this plus 7x and this plus 4x, which are the same type. So you can simplify that, which is 11x. And you might look at that and go, oh, I'd rather it was x squared plus 11x plus 28. That's absolutely fine. You can write it whatever order you like, as long as if this is positive, it remains positive. If this is positive, it remains positive. So you couldn't change that. You know, if this was a negative and that was positive, you couldn't flip them and make that negative. You've got to keep it as it is. But that is absolutely fine. You don't need to change it at all. You can just leave it as that. Don't have to always put the x squared first. Next questions. Okay, so we're going to go on to 3 and 4 here. And you might have noticed a couple of these guys, 3 there, negative. So it's going to get a little, it's the same idea completely, but you've got some negatives involved, so it gets a little bit trickier in that respect. So we're going to look at this first. X times both the things here, so x times x, x squared. X times minus 3 is minus 3x, so it's a positive times a negative. Positive 8 times x is plus 8x. And positive 8 times negative 3, a positive times a negative makes a negative 24. With all these positives and negatives, I'm cautious that even I might make a mistake. Okay, so please, you know, if that does happen, then please message me on the Show My Homework thing. It does happen sometimes, so be prepared for it. All right, so just don't always stay 100% think, oh, is that got that right? Check it yourself, because if you're using your brain to check that you're understanding what I'm talking about. If you don't, then let me know, and it might be I've made a little mistake, or it might be that there's a bit of understanding gap that I just need to fill for you. All right. So we've got the x squared. We've got the minus 3x plus 8x. So I'm going to start on minus 3 and go up 8, which puts me on positive 5 there. And I'm going to leave that minus 24. The next one, underline these straight away to remind me. That 3 is negative, that 7. This y is not negative. The negative is on the right there, so it belongs to the 7. Okay? Y times y. Y squared, of course, we don't always have to be x. Minus 7y. Minus 3y. Plus 21. And then we're going to put those together. Minus 7, take another 3y is minus 10y. A lot of people think, oh, it's minus 7 and another minus, that makes plus. That's only when you're multiplying or dividing. You don't do that when you put a take away and a take away sort of thing together. And that's plus 21. Okay. Last one of the work through before you guys start having a go. We've got a 2y here. That's what makes this one a little bit nastier. You've got a not just a normal x or y or whatever. You've got a 2y. But same thing again. 2y times y. 2y squared. Because y times y is y squared. So 2y times y is 2y squared. 2y times minus 3 is minus 6y. Plus 4 times y is plus 4y. And plus 4 times minus 3 is minus 12. Then we've got 2y squared. We've got a minus 6 plus 4, which is minus 2y. And then a minus 12 still. Oh, sorry. Okay. So that was that minus 12 on the edge there, apologies. That was by getting the plus 4 times the minus 3. Right. Oh, I say that was the last question. So we actually got some quite nasty extension questions here before you guys have a go yourself. If you ever get something that's a bracket squared, just write the bracket twice. Lots of people do this and then end up with x squared and then square that 9. But then you miss something. I'll show you what you missed. We'll just do this one quickly. So I think once you got to this bit, you should be fine. Okay, and as you can see, had we just quickly done it like looking at that, we would have missed this 6x. Exactly the same for negative. X minus 5 times x minus 5. You write it like that. It makes it so much easier when you go through it. X squared minus 5x. And then the minus 5 times the x is another minus 5x. And minus 5 times minus 5. Minus times a minus. Plus, of course. Put those two together. And there we go. Same again. Write it next to each other like this. Then expand like you would normally. 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared. 2x times 7 plus 14x. Which means that's also going to be plus 14x. I just realised I'm going slightly off. Apologies. And then 7 times 7, 49. Just squeeze that in. And then you put them together. Because they're just x's. Okay. And then a bit of a tasty extension at the bottom here. Just a sort of real... Feel free to pause it and have a go. See if you can do it without me. Right, let's have a go then. So we're going to do this one first. Which is going to give us 3. Let's move it right across so you can see the whole bit. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times minus 2 minus 6x. 5 times x plus 5x. Plus 5 times minus 2 minus 10. Then we're going to do this one. Boom, boom. X times x is x squared. X times minus 7 minus 7x. Plus 5 times x plus 5x. Plus 5 times minus 7 minus 35. And then we're going to simplify everything we can simplify. X squared, 3x squared and a plus x squared. Becomes 4x squared. Minus 6 plus 5 is minus x. Or minus 1x, just to help us with our thinking with that. Minus another 7 is minus 8x. plus 5x is minus 3x. Let me just double check that so I've not made any mistake. Minus 6 plus 5 minus 1. Minus 7 is minus 8 plus 5 is minus 3. And then minus 10 and minus 35 we're going to put together. Minus 45. Oh, nasty one. Right, so as promised, here's some practice ones. I'm going to just hold it over the left 5 first. Pause it now so you're ready, and then I'm going to go through them quickly. Okay, let's go through these as quick as I can. Right, so x times x squared, plus the 2x, plus the 6x, plus the 2 times 12, and then we can put the 2x and the 6x together to get that. Oh, just to make that one clear, because it's on the line there. Right, x squared plus 8x plus 12. The next one, x squared plus 9x plus 4x plus 36. And then put the 9x and 4x together. The next one, we're going to have x squared plus 7x plus 8x. Now you might notice I've just done that the wrong way around, sort of thing. Doesn't matter. It'll get the same answer in the end. I've done almost a different order. That's absolutely fine. And this one, getting into the negatives now. X squared minus 3x plus 5x minus 15. Okay, these are just practice. I'm not going to go through too long on these ones. Feel free to rewind, have a look at the other ones, or put a comment on to ask me if there's any that you're a bit still not sure about. And then the very last one, 2 negatives, making it doubly hard. We've got the x squared, we then got the minus 5x and the minus 4x. That's not too bad. The bit where people sometimes go wrong, minus 4 times minus 5, of course, that is plus 20. And then I'm just going to write underneath here, x squared minus 9x plus 20. Okay, next batch of questions. These are extensions, so if you think, you know what, this is getting a bit tough now, that's absolutely fine. If you spent your 45, 50-minute lesson sort of thing, you're done, fine. If you do have a bit of extra time and you want to really push yourself, let's have a go at these ones. Right, hopefully you've paused by now, so I'm going to get back on it. X plus 3 squared, remember what I said? Write it so they're next to each other. That's what x plus 3 squared means. X plus 3 times another x plus 3. So, x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9, which simplifies to that. Next one. X times 2x, 2x squared. So move it along a bit just so we've got it all in. X times 1, 1x. Now, technically you just write x there, but I know that we're going to simplify in a minute, so don't worry. 3 times 2x, 6x, 3 times 1. And here we go, here's the simplifying I promised. X minus 12 squared, again, remember, write it twice. And we're left with this, which becomes, it's a minus by the way, a bit messy, sorry about that. And then the last two, x times 3x, 3x squared, x times minus 1, minus 1x or minus x. 5 3x's are 15x, 5 minus 1's are minus 5. Put these together and we're left with this. And very last one, 2x times 5x is 10x squared. 2x times minus 2, minus 4x, plus 15x, minus 6. And then when you simplify these, you're left with 10x squared plus 11x minus 6. And there you have it. And just about under 15 minutes as well. Brilliant. Okay, so hopefully, like I said, you've paused it, you've had a go, you've listened to this video, you've done that, and that will be your lesson. So well done, and see you soon.